There's a famous Chinese proverb. It says, "Tell me and I'll forget. Show me and I'll remember. And involve me and I'll understand." And this holds for each stakeholder group as well. Hi, this is Ritika. We are doing reading 27 of Corporate Issuers, Introduction to Corporate Governance and Other ESG Considerations.
We'll start with the second LOS of this chapter. This LOS requires us to describe a company's stakeholder groups and compare interests of stakeholder groups. So let us begin. A company has many stakeholders who are affected by the affairs of the company. Some of the important stakeholders of the company are A. Shareholders, that is the owners of the company. B. The creditors to whom the company owes money. C. The workforce or the managers and employees. D. The board of directors, that is the people at the top who oversee the company's affairs. Then the king, that is the customers. F. The suppliers from whom the company buys. And then the watchmen, the government and the regulators. We'll discuss about each of these stakeholders and their respective interest in the coming slides. So we first begin with the shareholders. The shareholders are the individuals, institutions or entities that own the shares or common stock or ordinary stocks of the company. What are the main motives of the shareholders? The main focus of the shareholders is on growth in profits that maximizes the value of the company's equity. Do shareholders exercise control over the company? Yes, they do. The shareholders exercise control over the company through the voting rights for appointment of board of directors and for specific resolutions. Now there are two types of shareholders, controlling shareholders and non-controlling shareholders. The controlling shareholders are the holders of a specified minimum percentage of shares that entitle them to a voting power to control and elect the board of directors. And the non-controlling shareholders are the minority shareholders. These shareholders do not have any significant control over the management or the board of directors of the company. We now move on to the next category of stakeholders, that is the creditors or the lenders. They are the parties to whom the company owes money. These typically include the bondholders and the banks. Sometimes the company also owe money to other parties as well, such as suppliers, but these are short-term debts. The creditors exercise control over the companies through debt covenants. Now the next category of stakeholders is managers and the employees. When we talk about the managers, we typically talk about the senior executives and the higher levels of management having maximum control over the operations of the company. These people are usually remunerated through equity-based options and on the basis of performance of the company. Thus, they are motivated to maximize their revenues through the value of equity base of the company. On the other hand, the lower level employees desire decent wages and job security. To ensure the same, they also at times form unions. There may be a conflict of interest between the managers and employees and managers and shareholders. This may happen if they are inconsiderate in their action towards the interest of either of the parties. Moving on to the board of directors. What is the main motive behind the appointment of board of directors? The board of directors is elected to A. Protect the interests of the shareholders, B. To provide a strategic direction, and C. To monitor company and management's performance. The board of directors may be organized into two types of structures depending upon the need of the company. One is one-tier structure and second is two-tier structure. In a one-tier structure, there is a single board of executive as well as non-executive directors. Whereas in a two-tier structure, there is a supervisory board of non-executive directors that oversees the management of board of executive directors. Then we have the customers. Who are the customers? Customers are the buyers of the goods and services produced by the company. And what are the motives of the customers? The main motive of the customers is product satisfaction. They should get the maximum satisfaction for the value paid by them for the goods and services they are purchasing. Now, what are the interests of the customers? Some customers may have interest in the long-term viability of the company. Next is the suppliers. Who are the suppliers? Suppliers are the parties from whom the company purchases the input materials and services. And what are their interests? The suppliers are primarily interested in the liquidity and solvency of the company. This decides the timeliness of payments received by them. The next stakeholders are the government and other regulators. The government and regulators work towards ensuring the fairness in working of the company. They usually seek to protect the interests of other stakeholders and general public at large. I mean, this is what they are supposed to do. Whether they do it or not, that's a bit questionable. They are also there to ensure the well-being of economy at large. Now a small question. Cumulative voting is best described as A. A mechanism for suppressing the hostile takeovers. B. A means of offsetting the negative consequences of supervoting rights shares. Or C. Enhancing the likelihood that share owners' interests are represented on the board. In cumulative voting, you are allowed to vote disproportionately. Say for example, if you own 50 shares and are voting on 6 board position, you can cast 50 into 6, that is 300 votes for one director and none for 5 other directors. Or you can also vote 20 votes each for 5 board members and 200 for the 6th one. Or any other combination of the number of votes you want to cast for any of the candidates. Cumulative voting lets the shareholders weight their own votes towards particular candidates and improve the minority shareholders' chances of influencing voting outcomes. Therefore, option C is correct. It helps in enhancing the likelihood that share owners' interests are represented on board. That was LOS B. Go to the next video for the next LOS, and if you have any query, contact us. Check out the study notes and the question banks at procfa.com. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.